Alright, it's your boy Even Sticks with a Type Soul video on Roblox. We're going to be talking about Hogyoku fragments today, how to get them, what they're used for, all of that. We're going to get right into it about how to get them first. So, one way to get them is every hour on the hour in real time, Kakura Town will have a raid. And in that raid, it might be Capture the Flag, it might be King of the Hill, but it is faction against faction. Quincy's versus Shinigami versus Arankar versus Fullbring. And whenever you finish the raid, win or lose, you'll get raid points. And then if you win, you have chances to get items. So you might get elixirs, you might get skill boxes or something like that. Or you might get Hogyoku fragments, which is what we want. After the raid, there's a 90-second timer to come here in the water. There's going to be 3 areas in this water, and there will be loot boxes that come down. And if you get off of your alt lock and you can move your cursor freely, you can click these boxes as they're coming down from the air, and then click all of the items inside, and those have chances to have Hogyoku fragments in them as well. Another way to get Hogyoku fragments is still in Kakura Town, and we're going to come over by where Nell is. So if you hit the comma button on your keyboard, you can see where everybody is. So you've got Nell 2, or Nelly L2 over here, the item bank, because there's a Nell 2 over there. But the item bank with the orange, this is the one where you go and you store everything. So if you get a Hogyoku fragment and you don't want to lose it, because you lose it whenever you get killed and it's in your inventory, you can come over here and put it in the item bank before anybody grips you. There are 2 Kisuke's. From Nell through the tunnel and on the platform back there is the Kisuke you get the Bankai from if you're a Soul Reaper. If you're looking for Hogyoku fragments or any other rewards, whether they're essences or anything like that, over here where these lamps on the tables are, you can see it pretty far away, is this Kisuke. And he does boss raids. If you talk to him while you have 3 people in your party, I'll probably talk to him, he says, you know, me and 2 other party members, get 2 other party members, make a party, come back to me when I'm ready. So I'm not ready for that. I need 2 other party members. And you can fight boss raids, which are pretty hard. I've lost a lot, and I don't think I've won any, but I haven't really had a good team. It's just me and a couple of my buddies. We're not that good at the game. But it's fun, and you have a chance of getting really good items through that. So definitely check Kisuke out. Alright, another method of getting Hogyoku fragments, which this is controversial right now, a lot of people are saying since the re-release they actually took it out, is these boss raids, the faction boss raids, with the white arrow. This is Bawa Bawa. And there's also one in Soul Society, that's Jidanbo. There's one in the Vandenreich, and that is Ion. But you can see the white arrow right there, that's how you find them. And killing them gives you rewards as well. And some people are saying that you can't get Hogyoku fragments from these anymore. I'm not sure, but it's a fun kill anyway, especially whenever there's a bunch of people running towards it. But that's... I don't want to deal with that right now. But I will. Thought he'd be dead after that. Okay. But it's a fun kill. And those happen every 40 minutes in server time. So you can see the server time's 14:02. It spawned at 14. So at 40 minutes, an hour, 20 minutes, and then 2 hours. And then you can reset it from there. So every even hour on server time. And you can see the server time right here underneath the player count. So you just try to find one as close to the even number of hours you can, or a 40-minute mark, hour, 20-minute mark. It's confusing at first, but once you get jumping around, you'll figure it out. Alright, the next 2 methods we're going to talk about, they're in the main menu, but I want to go ahead and talk about one of them in-game. So there's items that you get, they're called world tickets. Traverses to another unknown realm. You use the ticket as like you would use an item, a weapon reroll, anything like that. and that whatever slot you used it on gets 24 hours in the AFK zone. Alright, so the AFK zone is in the main menu, and as soon as you start the game, before you hit play, you'll see it right here, AFK world. You'll go into it, you'll see whatever slot has the AFK time. I already have some on my Quincy, and you'll go into it. Now, it's good, almost necessary, to set up an auto clicker for this. You're not going to want to do this all just standing here for 24 hours. You want to do it at night when you go to sleep, or if you got to leave to go somewhere, but you want to stand here, set up an auto clicker to either press E every so often so that you pull your sword out and put it away, or space every so often so that you can jump. You don't have to do it constantly as long as you do it before it logs you out. At the bottom right hand side of the screen, you'll see Solian Streak 0. What Solian streaks are is PvP, I guess, streaks, kill streaks almost, grip streaks. And you can go in the PvP zone up there and fight people, and the more people you kill, you get a higher streak, and higher streak, you get higher luck. If you have Roblox Premium, you have 2 times luck in the AFK world. I don't, which is why I don't want to spend too much time here. I want to get Premium and come back and get the most out of the rewards. You can get Hogyoku Fragments from here. You can get a lot of things from here, but Hogyoku Fragments is one of them. You want to get your Solian streak up if you're confident. Once you step in that PvP zone, you lose immunity, which means even if you come out and you're in the safe zone, people will be able to attack you, and you can die and lose your streak. But it's nice to have, for a minute or two. I think you get a drop every 15 minutes on that counter. Last method of getting Hogyoku Fragments is Matchmaking in the main menu. This is ranked fight. 1v1s, 2v2s, 3v3s. So you pick the slot that you want to fight on, that you want to get the items on, and you queue up for a 1v1. I did one earlier, I was Elo 10, and then I was 56, and now I'm 10 again. That was weird. But you queue up. If you lose, you get nothing. See, I am 56. If you win, you get different rewards. So you might get as a lower Elo, like when you first start Elo 10, you might get a red elixir or a blue elixir or something like that. As you get up to where I'm at 56, a little higher, you'll start getting hollow boxes and spirit boxes and stuff, more rare drops. When you reach silver, which is around 150 to 250 Elo, I don't know exactly, I've never gotten there, you can start getting drops like the Hogyoku Fragments. But I'm going to go ahead and show you whether I win or lose. Hopefully I win, and I can get some rewards. These flowers. This guy's not very good, which makes me feel better. Ooh, don't play like this. I'm playing like this because I want to win and get this pretty much content. But if you play like this, I don't respect you. Nobody will respect you. Not really fun for anybody else. Fun for me though. real fun for me. But as you can see, I'm starting to get a little rare rewards. My elo's going up. It goes up a lot, but it also goes down a lot. Hopefully you can get up there and get some Hogyoku fragments and go from there. Alright, we talked about where to get them. Now let's talk about what to use them for. You can use them to get moves on your character. However, the main use for them is to get modes. So for Shinigami, you get Visored. For the Quincy, you get Let's. And for your Arankar, you get the Vastokar. If you didn't go all the way up to Vastokar before you took your mask off. Or Vasto Lord before you took your mask off. But for Shinigami, you need 10 to get your Visored form. For Quincy's, you need 10 to get your Let's. And then for Arankars, you only need 7 to turn into Lesser Vastokar. And then the true Hogyoku fragment will give you different variants. It'll give you the true Let's. It'll give you the better version of the Visored and the better version of the Vastokar where you get Grand Race Arrow. The key is you have to use all of them at the same time, obviously, because different amounts do different things. So you have to use all 10 on a Quincy to get your Let's. And if you die with one in your inventory, it will be gone. If somebody grips you, it will disappear. So you need to go as quick as you can to Nell or get the custom bank and put it in there because you don't want to lose them. It's very upsetting when you lose them. That's how you get Hogyoku fragments and what they do. I hope that clears some things up. I know there's a lot of speculation about server times and when raids are and how to get fragments and all of that. A lot of people aren't too sure about AFK World and what it all does. So I'm hoping this updated guide will help anybody looking for Hogyoku fragments and you can get your mode and go out there and just beat people up. Well, just like, subscribe, follow, and I'll try to stay making videos.